In last week's episode, we took the Polaris General on quite a mission, totally transforming the suspension and not just increasing the width by 10 inches, but also increasing wheel travel numbers to near pure sport category. Add to this our enclosed cab system and the functionality of a rear bed extender and cargo rack, and we have got one serious start to this ultimate General build. But it's pretty obvious that in its current state, it isn't going anywhere. To really put the General to the front lines and make it work, there's a couple of additions that are pretty obvious that we need to add, namely the wheels and tires. But before we get to that point, I have a couple of things that are going to add to our comfort and safety. On the comfort side, I'm talking about seating. The number one most important thing to keeping you comfy on a long day's ride is a good quality seat. The stock seats in most side-by-sides, they're okay, but they leave a lot to be desired. And once you put your butt into a high-quality aftermarket seat, well, you're not going to want to go back. Now that I've got the seat bases removed, I can show you what's going to totally change the comfort inside of this General and make it way more automotive. PRP is a seat brand that I trust, not just because I have experience with their products, but because seats and seat accessories are what they do, and that's all that they do. And for the General build, I was able to spec out a pair of Prp Xc Seats. You can choose pre-made colorations or custom design your own seat on the PRP website. From the logo to stitching, piping, front and back panel material, as well as the arm color, you can make your seat 100% yours. For the General, we went with an orange, silver, and black design, but equally as important, we opted for some really cool accessories. Now that I got the seats installed and I know that they fit properly, it's time to yank them out so I can wire up the heated seats. And yes, you did hear me correct, these things got heat. If you're using a vehicle in cold weather, heated seats are one of the most welcome accessories I can think of. PRP sends the seats with the heating elements pre-installed and uses nice snap connectors so you can easily remove the seats when needed. The install kit is straightforward, requires some wire routing and a little drilling for the switch, but goes in easy and clean. Oh, and I almost forgot, we went with the built-in lumbar pump. We find the lumbar option to add huge comfort and reduce back fatigue significantly. With a simple bulb hand pump and release valve, you can increase or decrease lumbar support, even on the fly. Now remember earlier when I said we were going to add safety? Well, these seats are more supportive, which adds safety, but we asked PRP to hook us up with a set of their 5-3 harnesses to keep us extra safe. 5-3 harnesses are 5 points of securement and 3-inch wide straps. They feature all black hardware and a choice of 6 strap colors, of which we opted for matching silver, and they're certified for racing. The forward shoulder straps also have built-in padding to keep you comfy, and an easy-to-locate red latch guard reminds you the quick way out. Our final interior addition is the rear brace storage bag, fitting quite nicely in between the seats and matching in material and design. We now have an extra space to store our important gear and can easily be accessed by the passenger while you're driving. So with the interior all tied up, we need to move down to the ground and finish up what we started on the front and back end suspension with our wheels and tires, followed up with an important front end alignment. To make this General the true champion we know that it can be, we needed a set of tires and rims that said ultimate potential and no compromise. My first choice in the wheel category was the ITP SD Series single bead lock in 15-inch. It's aggressive with a single bead lock while still staying light. It has the ITP 2-year structural warranty and the all-important Rock Armor reinforced wheel lip for the time that you do get a little aggressive. And then wrapping our black beauties is a no-compromise, terrain-gripping Blackwater Evolution in 30 by 10-inch on all 4 corners. The Blackwater's 8-ply design will stand up to the abuse we put it under thanks to the sidewall armor and the tough tread rubber compound that reduces tire wear and increased reliability. This is truly a perfect fit for both aggressive off-road functionality and ultimate work capability. With our General's boots back on, we need to address one thing before we do absolutely anything else. It's super important when you lift or widen your rig. And that is checking wheel alignment. It's huge. When you alter your suspension geometry from stock, you can seriously throw out your stock wheel alignment, and you need to account for it. With a measuring tape and some help, it's really easy to measure the wheel's toe in or toe out, and fine-tune through the use of the tie rod adjustments and come up with, in our case, precisely 1/8 of an inch toe out. Each suspension kit supplier will have a measurement they recommend, so pay attention and adhere to it for best performance results. Now at this point, we'd be ready to go out and hit the trail for the test ride that you guys have all been waiting for. But I can't help but notice one glaring flaw in this build. Generals always give a speech. And in our case, it's 1000 cc's of horsepower barking response. While there's nothing wrong with the stock exhaust, we're looking for more horsepower, more throttle response, and a clean and crisp exhaust note to let you know the General is on site. The MBRP PowerTech 4 delivers up to 5 horsepower through a dual-stacked T304 stainless steel body and is guaranteed to fit. These exhausts don't just look clean and cutting edge, they sound incredible and deliver real-world performance gains. Now there's only one thing left to do, and that's to take the General out and see who's really in command around here. And while I know it's obvious, I just gotta say, this thing looks really good. I mean, this seriously came together. Like the video you just saw? Do you want to see more? Click the subscribe link and add the Dirt Tracks channel, and you're going to see a whole lot more great content.